I'm David Meerman Scott.
And I'm Reiko Scott, and we're co-authors of Fanocracy.
And we've traveled to New Hampshire to interview the presidential candidates on what they're a fan of.
We want to get beyond the basic questions and find out who they really are.
This is a question that they've never been asked.
Cory Booker is a U.S. Senator from New Jersey.
And Cory Booker is a fantastic speaker, but what is he a fan of? So we like to get to know our candidates here in New Hampshire, and we know you were a football player in high school and college.
Yes.
What are the things that you are passionate about now, the things that you're a fan of now, outside of your family and your work?
So you're just taking away my significant other.
I'm taking away your family and your work.
Tell her that you did that.
But what are you passionate about?
So you have to understand that in my life, I'm passionate about where I live. I really am. I describe my neighborhood in a way that my greatest mentors would be upset with me, and I need to go back and correct it. Because I describe my neighborhood as an inner city, low-income, black and brown community, and I'm sure it conjures visions for a lot of folk. And we do. Again, one of the few guys that gun violence to me is not an issue about something happening some other place. Shahad Smith was murdered at the top of my block. But when I first moved to Newark, this is why I'm so passionate about it. You know, I was this, Yale law student. Maybe I had a high self-regard for myself, as often Yale law students do. And there's an old saying that when you jump into a new challenge, you go into the end of all the light you know. I moved into this neighborhood. When I was moving my stuff in the neighborhood, I came back to my car, it was stolen. My stuff was stolen. This was a tough neighborhood in the 90s, one of the more dangerous streets in the country with the levels of shootings and violence. And I came to that neighborhood, and there's an old saying of faith, that when you come to the end of all the light you know and you're about to step into the darkness, faith is knowing one of two things will happen. Either you'll find solid ground underneath you, or the universe will send you people who will teach you how to fly. And so the reason why I need to apologize, because my hero, I wrote a whole chapter about her in my book, is a woman named Miss Virginia Jones, who was a tenant president of our buildings, and her son was murdered in the lobby. I moved into the projects for about 10 years of my life. Her son was murdered in the lobby in which I did, but she never left because she was this stone, cold, loving, fiercely decent, kind, beautiful soul. And she scared me more than UCLA linebackers, man, because she may have been only a 5 foot smidgen tall, but she was one of those women that held that community together with the force of her love. And so the reason why I want to apologize and tell you why I love my community so much is when I first knocked on her door, and she's like, "Who is it?" And I'm like, it's Cory Booker, man. And I came there like I was John Wayne, but I was going to come in and save the community, and we didn't need a savior. And she opens the door, and she looks at me, she goes, "Who are you?" And I go, "I'm Cory Booker, and I'm here to help." I might have said Little Philly like John Wayne, I don't know. And she looks at me with this skeptical look like, "Son, you are the one that needs some help." And so in the course of that conversation, you know what she does? She brings me down to the middle of Martin Luther King Boulevard. I live about 100 yards away from this moment where she stood that changed my life. This is why I was taking my BA from Stanford or my PhD on the streets of Newark, because the best professors I've ever had don't even have those fancy degrees. Just smart women like her. And she goes, "Okay, you want to help me? Tell me what you see around you." And I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Describe the neighborhood." And I said, "Okay, I described the crack houses there, the projects, the graffiti. I described." The more I talk, the more frustrated and angry this woman looks. And she just says, "I'm sorry, you can't help me." And she starts walking away from me really quickly. I run after her and sort of tap her from behind and very respectfully, and she turns around and she goes, "What?" And I go, I don't understand. Then she looks at me hard and she says, "Boy, you need to understand something. The world you see outside of you is a reflection of what you have inside. And if you only see problems and darkness and despair, that's all there's ever going to be. But if you're one of those stubborn people, every time you open your eyes, you see hope, you see possibility, you see love, you see the face of God, then you can be one of those people that helps me." I am who I am because the last 20 plus years, I have worked in a beloved community, in a neighborhood that other people gave up on, that other people looked down on, that other people talked down. They counted us out, they discounted us. And yet we stood up and transformed our community. Right now we have new schools, and new parks, and supermarkets, we turned a whole block into an urban farm, producing hundreds and hundreds of pounds of food. All of these things are happening. We're seeing them now because people like Miss Virginia Jones were seeing them then. And I love my community because these are the folks that showed me that you can see wretchedness and brokenness, from gun violence to people being incarcerated more to do with the color of their skin and the infraction that we did, that in the worst, often circumstances, you can see the greatest acts of grace, the greatest deeds of love and generosity. And so I go down to DC, but I feel that sometimes I just need to get home and get a dose of Newark, where I am passionate, and I will stay, with the exception of 8 years when I live in Memphis. Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching this video. We'd like to offer you a free gift. It's a guide called What's a Fanocracy and Why Do You Need One? To get yours, just click the link in the description below.
If you want to see more videos like this, remember to subscribe. Also, remember to like and comment on this video on what you're a fan of.
We want to do more videos like this, and those comments help us a lot, so we'll see you next time.